All right, this is Note-Taking Guide 2.11. This is the last section of this chapter. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing before, but we're honestly just going to have to decipher some word problems in order to find our equations. So let's first look at our word problem that talks about farmers with chickens and pigs. So a farmer saw some chickens and pigs in a field. He counted 45 heads and 130 legs. How many chickens and pigs were there? Well, you guys, we're going to fill out this table. I think that when we're doing systems of equations and we're doing word problems, a table helps us organize our data. So let's just talk about what we're looking here at. We know we have a total of 45 heads, and we know we have a total of 130 legs. So we need to be able to write some equations to figure out how many pigs and how many chickens there are. Now, you guys, you could do some guessing and checking and seeing whether or not you could figure out what's going on here, but I'm going to just kind of go through and figure it out. So I want to talk about how many heads a pig has. A pig has one head. So I'm just going to put one there. And then I'm going to put a P next to it to remind me that that's the pigs I'm talking about. How many legs do pigs have? Well, pigs have 4 legs. So I'm going to put 4, and then I'm going to put a P next to it because, again, that's pigs that I'm talking about. Chickens have 1 head, so I'm going to go 1C for chickens because they have 1 head per chicken. And then how many legs do chickens have? Well, chickens have 2 legs, so I'm going to do 2C for 2 legs on each chicken. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this table of values to write an equation straight down. So I know that 1 pig plus 1 chicken equals a total of 45 heads. I also know that 4 legs on a pig plus 2 legs on a chicken equals a total of 130 legs. Now I just have to solve this using one of the methods that I've already taught you how to use. So in this case, I'm going to use elimination. I'm going to try to get rid of these p's right here. So I know I have a 1 on top, I have a 4 on bottom. I just got to get them to be the same number with opposite signs so that they'll cancel each other out when I add straight down. So what I'm going to decide to multiply here is I want to try to get them to be a 4 and a negative 4. So I'm going to take and I'm going to multiply this one through by negative 4 up here. Because if I multiply through by negative 4, then I'll get a negative 4 that will cancel with that positive 4. So let's just take it through. Negative 4 times 1 is a negative 4p. Negative 4 times 1 is a negative 4c. And negative 4 times 45 is a negative 180. I'm going to cross through that one just to remind myself not to use it while I'm adding straight down. And then I'm just going to add straight down. My p's are gone. 2c minus 4c is a negative 2c. And then I'm going to add these straight down and I get negative 50 because a 130 and a negative 180 is a negative 50. Divide both sides by a negative 2. And I get C equals 25, which means the number of chickens that I have is 25. So now I'm just going to go and figure out how many pigs I have by using one of the 2 equations that I started out with. I love that first one because it's 1P plus 1C equals 45, which is really, I don't even have to show the ones there because 1 doesn't need to be shown in mathematics if it's in front of that variable. So I know that the pigs plus the chickens, and I know there's 25 chickens, equals 45. So I'm just going to subtract that 25 over, and it's going to tell me that I have a total of 20 pigs. All right, so that was a little bit of work, and word problems always are, but let's see if we can do it one more time. Oh, this one has a lot of stuff on it I forgot to erase. So the reason that this stuff is on here is this is actually my second time trying to do this video. I noticed that I was doing this problem and I was like, oh my gosh, that didn't work right. And the reason is because when I put this number 9 right here into my chart, I actually wrote it as a number 5 instead. So be really careful, you guys, when you're filling out your charts of information that you're grabbing the correct information off of the word problem. So let's fill out our information here and hopefully I can write it down right this time. So here we go. The Addams family went to an amusement park. There were 4 adults and 9 children. So I'm going to fill that out on my chart. 4 adults and 9 children. So I actually put kids down here, children up there, it's all right. But I'm going to put an A next to this to remind myself it's adults. I'm going to put a C next to this to remind myself that it's children or kids. Okay. They spent a total of $585. Then the Taylor family went to the amusement park. They had a total of 6 adults. So I'm going to put 6 adults and 12 children. And they totaled $822. It says, how much did a child cost? So really what we're looking for is our value of C, which means when we cancel one of our variables, we want to cancel the A. So let's get our equations written out here, and let's see if we can get some of them to cancel. So our first equation is 4 adults plus 9 children equals 585. Our second equation is 6 adults plus 12 children equals 822. Now this is not going to work out nice. This is one of those kinds of problems where we have to multiply the top equation through by a number and the bottom equation through by a number, because it doesn't actually just add straight down and cancel anything. So I'm going to take a look at these first numbers right here, this 4 and the 6, and I'm going to decide what I can multiply them both by to get to a number that they have in common with a different sign. So 4 and 6, I could go all the way to 24. But I think I'm going to go to 12 because 4 times 3 is 12 and 6 times 2 is 12. And I think that will be a little bit easier on the numbers that I'm looking for here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do, multiply this one through by 3 to get to 12. And I'm going to multiply this one through by -2 to get to -12. Because I actually need them to be opposite signs so that they'll add straight down and cancel. So while I multiply these, I'm going to write them back up here where I have a little bit more space to solve. So I'm going to take the 3 through like this. So 3 times 4a is 12a. 3 times 9c is 27c. And 3 times 585 is 1755. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the -2. -2 times 6a is a -12a, which is great because it's going to cancel. -2 times 12c is a 24c, but has to be negative. Sorry, I wrote a plus sign, and sometimes I have to make those big fat negatives. That's a negative sign. And then 822 times a -2 is -1644. We're going to add these two equations straight down and see what happens. The A's cancel. I actually get 3C. And then 1755 minus 1644 is 111. I'm going to divide 111 by 3. And the cost of a child's ticket happens to be $37. Now, because it only asked me the cost of the child's ticket, I'm actually done right there. I don't have to do any more math on this word problem. So you guys, again, you might just want to make sure that you draw a table to organize your data and then solve your problems that way. Good luck on your homework. Thanks for watching.